to have a Josh in your band, and your band will be together forever. He is
one of one.
He's like the mother that doesn't want.
He's one of one.
Is he the glue that holds it all together?
He's like the mediator, but he's also severely autistic. Contributes the. We did a gig with the first time we ever played with Thirsty Merc, right? And afterwards, we're talking to him after the show. And I love Ray, the main guy. Like, I only just recently discovered that he's like a full jazz musician. He's not just like a pop dude. And and I was like avoiding him because I was like, oh, he just wants to go. He doesn't want anyone talking to him. But Josh just goes, oi, see that guy over there? And he points at me. He's just talking to Ray. He's like, he's got no gag reflex. What Josh meant by that is not what he said. He meant like he can't get enough of the music you're putting out, aka somehow that comes into has no gag reflex. Ray walks away from that night thinking there's some dude from another band that wants to fuck him.
Do you?
That's Josh. Yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah. So
that's Josh.
He just had it out for you.
We were mad at Josh for a little bit.
So
but then we
mad.
thought about it. We're like, nah, that's
fucking
funny.
So he wouldn't have talked to me anyway. He wanted to go home.
Like, Ray would have remembered us more than anyone because of that.
Yeah.
Like that is the weirdest thing you could say.
True.
What the fuck was that about?
He would have gone home that night being like, hey, at least someone
He would have
wanted
talked
me.
to Jade and been like, you know that fucking dude?
In his onesie.
Yeah, you can't get away from the onesies now, eh?
Like, he's not here. So Dane and Josh are the other half of Winchester Revival. They're legends as well. But so out of respect then, we'll explain maybe one of my favorite photos to actually ever come out of a photo shoot, including little baby Dane.
Yeah.
And it was for one of your singles. Was it Born for the Road? Born for the Road. And it featured, was it Born on the Road?
Born around the road.
It was one of them. Born for or Born on.
Born
That
for the
right.
road.
Born inside the road.
Oh, I thought you forgot. Silly Billy.
But look, we'll pop it up here right now in the video, in the hologram real life of us. Yep,
wicked.
that's it. And it's just an amazing picture. It's these boys standing around Dane in a full proper baby diaper crib outfit.
Yeah, my mum knitted it for him.
Really?
Good.
That's
Wait,
really
that
funny.
turned out awesome. Like,
did,
I've
eh?
literally got that photo. I was just talking about that. I've got
Yeah,
it up on my
were.
wall.
He's printed it out. He's got it in his house. I went over to his house before coming here. I was
Got it
like,
framed?
That's a good photo.
That's
That
fucking
was
awesome.
great.
That's awesome. Everything about it came together, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's
I like
really
that
well.
one. I like that one.
You were sketchy as of it.
Where was inspiration for that?
Well, it's a pretty lengthy process. So the song title is Born for the Road. And I went, Born, Road. That's it. Baby, road.
2 + 2 equals
Found
5.
location, found setting. Like, done.
So
There's no more thought.
what else goes, like, jokes aside, what other thought goes into basically releasing a single like that? Because I know you boys, you work with, you have a manager, right? Who kind of tells you basically what to funnel out, what not to say sometimes.
Kind of.
Oh.
He has a lot less control than most managers, but he's also kind of as loose as us, so he's good to work
That's
with.
what you want.
Perfect. So what's he getting you to do on a regular basis for a single? So like, is
just
a
everything.
photo, like you need to do that every single time, or?
No, that's so everything up until this. We only just put him on like this year, May of this year.
No,
so everything
May
last
last
year.
Oh, May
May
last
this
year,
year.
right?
Yeah.
So I don't fucking time. So up until that point, we were just running everything ourselves, but we kind of still do pretty much everying in house. It's kind of like we like to be involved in every part as much as possible, because as soon as stuff starts getting away from you, it's like, well, where's that going to lead? You know.
So what made you decide to get a manager? Was it like accountability? Like you boys just fucking much like absolute gooses when you're around yourselves, so couldn't get anything done?
No. We're pretty good with stuff. I think it was
We
more.
had a couple of managers before.
Yeah, we had a couple of
right.
managers.
We were with one when we met. We had another manager before Darren, and
Another one before him.
another one before him. Yeah, Three Man's about our first ever manager.
Wow.
Who, he doesn't even exist anymore. Like,
no names.
But like,
I
we would know
came-
Are
names.
you suggesting he's dead?
Yeah, Dane took him away from.
Nah, but you know what's funny? After we dropped him, he never signed another band. His whole company stopped.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like in tears on the phone to us, but it was all his
Because you
fault.
boys
So
are
anyway,
a pretty big deal. So
Well,
Oh, he just
so
he,
naturally,
he promised us like fame. We thought we were gonna be like, we're like, yeah, man, this guy's gonna make
yeah,
us
I've
famous.
applied to so many festivals, all that sort of
Thought
stuff.
you guys would be touring the world by now.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, when I came into the band, these guys were already with him. So I like rocked up to a rehearsal and he's already there and he's talking about organising stuff. I'm like, oh, I've made it to the big time.
yeah.
Sure.
Damn.
People promise you the world, don't they?
Oh, there's a lot of
Oh, in this industry, they
But-
all do.
Yeah.
We're literally like we're trying to find like whenever you want to work with anyone in the
Yeah.
music industry,
They
like,
promise you everything.
you don't even know what you're gonna get most of the
You have
time.
no clue.
Yeah.
The hardest thing was finding. Well, I say it was the hardest thing. It was the second person we ever went with, but someone to
Yeah.
record with. That's a big deal because it was like, it's like you've got all your ideas that you've put together and you've demoed it and you've rehearsed it and you've thought about what it's going to be. Then you just have to hand it to someone else,
Yeah.
hope that it comes out the way you want.
Yeah.
It's like that. That was a really terrifying thing for a while, but we've found a guy now that's like
Yeah.
fully committed to it and he does everything. I'll listen to the first mix back. I think I sent like a list of 30 things last time to edit and he's like
Yeah.
done.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Oh,
So that
oh,
helps
he's
heaps.
picky when it comes to our tracks.
Yeah.
Oof. I'll hear the first mix, I'm like, sick.
I'll be like, this is abysmal.
And him, like, this guy will write a book on what needs to be changed.
Yeah,
That to
not
me,
good.
that's honestly so impressive though, because it's like from
Yeah.
a visual standpoint, seeing like the audio timeline on like Audition or Logic or whatever, or Pro Tools or something, looks kind of like video, right?
Yeah.
But it's nothing like that. It's so intuitive to actually hear a sound. Like I've done a few shoots where I've actually been in like studio recording sessions. And
Right.
some of them have been like real experienced musicians. Some of them have been like kids that like barely, that's their first time in,
Right.
in a studio. And like I was with kids actually a couple weeks ago, and there was a producer called Steve James, and he's done stuff with like Sex Pistols, Screaming Jets and
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
And like it was just amazing to see him fucking every time he'd play like a bit of a song and then he'd just stop it and be like, no, this isn't right. We need to add something here. Or just like,
Yeah.
we need to change amps to play the chord
Yeah,
on this guitar
that's
kind
exactly
of thing.
what
And it's
we-
just like,
yeah.
that's insane to have
Yeah.
such an innate, like to be able to hear that. To me, it makes more sense with video because you can like see it. You
Yeah,
can
it's a
kinda,
visual thing.
You can see the pace of a cut or something, but
Audio is
man,
kind of more mysterious.
it's so, because it's not objectively wrong or right.
Yeah, that's
It's
the other
just
thing.
because you could add the thing and it could make it terrible.
Oh,
Or
I've
you
I've
could-
done that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
The demos that I rock up with now to the studio, because I used to just like, we used to just write songs and then go and record them. But now, like, when I demo stuff, like, it'll be, I've got the little studio set up at home with a trial version of a door. I'll put everything in and be like, what does this need here? It's lacking energy. I'll put in a little extra guitar part there, or how many vocal layers do we need here? And I'll sort all of that before
Yeah.
going into the studio now. And for the next bunch of songs that we've just recorded that are going to be out in like March or something, it's made a world of difference. It's like
Yeah.
a total game changer. So we're going to be doing that every time from now on.
Do you think that's the main thing that ruins songs, like overproducing them, basically?
Well, we were underproducing for sure.
Yeah,
What
the
does that
first couple
entail
of
exactly?
tracks.
Underproducing.
Yeah.
Just doing the parts the way we would do it live and then just
Right.
recording that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
used to think that was admirable, but now, like, I've kind of got a different take on it because
How long have you been doing that? Because I did think, because I think we sort of came across you boys when you did the music video was like inside the
Yeah.
house with people going motorbikes over
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
What
yeah.
song was that?
that was Reborn, the first. First song I did with them.
Reborn.
Well, you could say that's underproduced. Like compared
Yeah,
to
I was
100%.
gonna say, compared to
Yeah, well, that-
Trial by Fire and Icarus, like just
Yeah.
the voice sounds, the
See,
vocals sound so much more crisp. Like
Yeah.
everything just sounds so
That-
much more not recorded in a room. Kind of thing,
100%.
right? Like
that difference was solely just changing producer. Like
Yeah.
as soon as I heard that, but I was never happy with anything before that. And as soon as I heard that vocal back from him, I was like, oh, he's got it. He's captured everything. It has the energy. It has the low end. It's got it all.
Yeah.
Like he just knows what he's doing, and it's perfect. But in terms of production stuff, like up until Trial by Fire and Icarus, we hadn't thought about anything like that. And in the like upcoming weeks to recording, I was like, oh, we could do like some, talking and then like a volume swell into the riff at the start, just like little things, and it just makes it so much cooler of a listening experience because like if you want to hear the live version, you could go to a gig. Like
Yeah.
everyone does that, but you've got the opportunity to make your song 3D
Yep.
and pack a punch into like this 4-minute thing that's like you can either have it be bare bones or you can flesh it out and make it massive and awesome to listen to.
Yeah.
And I used to think it was like, too many people overproduce. And then I heard Alter Bridge. You ever heard of those guys?
Yeah.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, okay, nah, you got to throw everything at the wall because it's just epic. And if you end up having to do backing tracks for little volume swells at gigs, fuck it, why not? It sounds so good.
Yeah.
Like you're going to live your whole life just going, oh, we could do more, but it would be...
How long's the whole
overproduced.
process from start to
Of writing a song?
Yeah, writing a song, getting produced, everything.
Oh, I remember how long it took to do Icarus.
Dude,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, like,
so
what's the longest time and like the shortest time you
Icarus
can do
was
it?
the longest time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
So
long was
Josh originally wrote the riff. When did he send that in? Like
Oh,
2.5 years ago.
poor Josh.
2.5
Sings
years
in
ago.
the-
To who?
So
To you.
to us, yeah.
Yeah.
He wrote this little riff, like he wrote the guitar riff, and he sent this in as a demo. He just did it with like some shitty MIDI drums, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's kind of cool. We could do something with that. And I started messing around with it. Like during for whatever reason, I had to move to Gympie, and I was driving like an hour to work every day. So I was like writing lyrics in the car without using my phone. I definitely use the phone. But I fully fleshed it out and like got all the lyrics done. I was like, you know what, this is going to be a good song. And we sat on it for like a year or 2 years or something and did nothing with it. Josh has this habit of, he like goes on these epic monologues and sometimes doesn't get listened to because of it. So he just, it's this theme of good chat. Like Josh just gets good chatted.
Yeah.
This was the biggest good chat that has ever happened to Josh because he sent in this demo and it took like 2.5 years to actually record it. We finally got it done. It was like, all right, sweet.
Did you think you were going to ever make it?
Yeah, at one point it was kind of like, I mean, we were performing the song. It was in the
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know,
Had
it's
to
a
get
song
it
that we
done.
have, but
Yeah.
What's that like then, sort of? You mentioned you have the opportunity when you're in the studio to do something to a song that you can't really do live. But it's like, at what point do you try to make the song similar live, or you kind of find a way to make it different but itself live as well?
Yeah, well, we actually ended up doing that with the Icarus thing as well. I mean, in the middle of the song, there's like a EQ sweep thing that like shrinks everything down for this little riff and it opens back up. I had that idea when I was just at home because I was playing around with stuff. I was like, this would be kind of cool. And then after that, we ended up doing that riff, me and Josh, and we do it with like a wah pedal opening up now live. So it's changed the way we do it live.
Yeah.
Just because we had the mindset of in the studio, and now it's like, oh, this is actually, you know, like making something interesting is about leaving the 2D space as much as possible. So like, how do you go up in dynamics, down in dynamics, to the front of the mix, to the back of the mix, you know, like play with EQ, play with reverbs, delays, whatever, all that sort of stuff.
Did you know that, like, that's what you needed to do but weren't doing, or did it kind of... No?
We didn't have the opportunity to with the last guy that we were recording with. And as soon as we stepped into the studio with this dude, it was just like, it's totally such a different experience. I've always, every time, and in other bands I've been in as well, every time we've recorded anything, I've hated it. Like, I just thought that's how it went. You write a song and you go and record it and you hate it and that's it. I just thought that's what it was. I
just perform it to people.
I literally thought that's how it goes. It just must be how it goes. And then we walked into here and finally like started piecing everything together and, you know, doing the guitars and all that sort of stuff. And you'd hear the mix coming together layer by layer in there. And it was like, oh, right.
Yeah.
And for these, even with Trial by Fire and Icarus, I don't think for me, like, because I'm the pickiest one, I don't think for me I 100% got to where I wanted to get. But with these next ones that are coming out in March, it's like, finally I've got the sound out of my head.
Yeah.
And I can leave it.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, before that, everything's like, I've got all the wheels spinning at the same time. It's like, oh, you didn't fucking redo that vocal over there. The tail was too short on it. It's not going to have enough energy before the pre-chorus. That's me. I'll just do that forever. And this time around, it's been like, I did absolutely everything. I can forget about it now. It's
so good.
done in its best form, hopefully.
So when you say you're like leaving that now, does that mean you've achieved like that sound of a genre and you're moving on, or like what is that? What?
It's more like I have a very specific image of the sound that I want in my head at all. Like from the moment the riff is written, I'll hear the chorus and be like, I know how big this needs to be.
Yep.
But getting to that point is the tricky thing. This time it's like, oh, okay, it's the same now.
Yep.
Like I can take this out of here and leave it over there, and it doesn't need to bother me anymore because I've finally signed off on it. So It's gonna be sick. I'm really excited for it. Super excited.
That's amazing. First thing you're like super proud of, would you say?
100%.
Yeah. Every time you were so close.
Well, I've always been proud of the stuff we've done.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, it's
just next
progression.
level.
Yeah.
It's always, hopefully, always going to get better.
Hopefully the audience notices.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Oh, if you listen to the first song and like go through the stages, like you can hear the improvement, I think.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I'm keen to hear that.
Even just from Reborn to Trial by Fire, it's like, what happened?
what are outside of obviously different techniques and having a new producer and stuff, like is it your guys' tastes have evolved, like just a bit more time together as a band?
For sure. Way more.
We were a brand new band when we recorded the first stuff, and we hadn't done much at all. We hadn't done much recording. Like that was the first. That was us working it out.
Yeah.
How'd you guys all meet? Did you go to high school
Yeah,
together?
because I thought you were part of it the whole time. You guys clicked
No,
so
I'm
well.
a newbie.
How new?
You gotta say it? I've been talking for too long.
No, you're right. You're really good at explaining all the music stuff because I'm not.
Alright,
good
well,
at
you
that.
can explain the story because you started.
I'm always just happy with.
Did you start the band?
Technically,
Nice.
yeah,
nice.
pretty much. Oh, me and Josh
Yeah.
mainly. Like we met
Yeah.
through. Oh, we technically met through Facebook, but then we like
Oh, yeah.
met up and hung out at like an open mic
Mm.
Nice.
night, and then
And where are you guys originally from?
what's that?
Where are you guys originally from?
Oh, we're both from Caboolture.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cabo boys.
I've heard pretty like hit and miss results of just linking up with people online though. Like,
Oh,
have you-
yeah. I don't
surely
even
this
know-
wasn't the first. Josh couldn't have been the first person that you like
Yeah.
struck up with online and found success with, right? Was it, or-
I'm not even kidding. I got laid off from work, and then I was like bored, and I was like, man, like I always wanted to do like be in a band,
Yeah.
and I was just thought, well, here's the time I could try, and like doing that sort of stuff. I would never do that. I don't even know why. Actually, now that I think about it, I saw, and like
There's a universe.
If you
Just
saw
got
what
bored
Josh
enough.
posted, like he posted this cover. He was doing a cover of Black Betty.
I need to see that video.
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
haven't
And
seen
like
it.
when he was like younger, this was like nearly 4 years ago or something. He has like he looks like he hasn't even gone through puberty yet. Like, and then I don't know. Yeah, we hung out, and then then we met. We had another singer. This is like we weren't really like serious. Obviously, like, we were like brand new. And yeah, we had another singer and this other drummer dude that we met at the same open mic. We were like, oh yeah, let's jam, and whatnot. And
Which
then-
singer's better?
the previous guy.
Yeah.
Right?
The other guy?
Yeah, definitely.
He's off
Would
doing
you-
way bigger things.
Do you want to go back
He's
to
an
that?
alter bridge.
No.
He's in all. He's Miles Cannon.
We weren't serious as a band, like proper serious until Jackson joined. Really, like we didn't.
All right.
do
He made
anything.
things serious.
Yeah, but like
What was that? Was that like a new guys here, so
Yeah.
fucking we better step it up, or
Yeah.
just, or you knew you were going to take it seriously, so you looked for someone new?
Well, I just think like myself, Josh, and Dane, we were more on the same page, and then
Yeah.
we're still willing to. Once the other guy left, we're like, well, we don't want to
Why
stop.
stop?
We're
Yeah.
enjoying this so much that we want to continue doing it. So.
And
Yeah.
it helped that I was in another band, and
Yeah.
I had supported these dudes for a couple slots.
Right.
All right.
And on the last gig, the other singer quit, and he was their lead guitarist and lead singer. I happened to be the lead guitarist and lead singer of the other band that had been
Yeah.
supporting them. So,
Did you bring in your experience?
Sorry?
Like, did you bring in new ideas and experience?
oh, maybe, I don't know.
Or
But,
like, were you already sort of playing similar styles of music? Because like, what are your?
Kind of.
That's
Oh,
what
no
surprises
way.
me that you
Like,
guys
oh.
didn't.
I don't know. I guess we were doing more grungy kind of stuff, and these guys
Right.
were like sex rock.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it changed a bit. But I got a message like 3 days later being like, hey, you wouldn't want to be in Winchester, would you?
He didn't even give me an answer, and I just went back to the other boys and said, yeah, he's keen.
I said nothing. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to think about that because I'm already in another band.
Yeah.
I've been in
Yeah.
it for like 4 years or something since
Yeah.
high school.
So you just walked
And-
out?
No, I tried to make it work for a while, and we did both.
Oh, you tried to
I
do
was
both?
in 2 bands. There was
Yeah.
one point where I did one set for the same gig in the other band, and then I
Yeah.
changed outfits and went into this band and
hilarious.
finished
That's
as the other band.
You have to come out. And,
Yeah.
how are those previous guys?
It fucking sucked, man. Yeah, so
Shit,
it
what was
a
that
bit
like?
weird for a while, but
Yeah.
ended up kind of just morphing into this one. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd never been. The other band was kind of static for a while.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot going on with it in terms of like drive to do stuff and achieve stuff. And then as soon as I got into
Is
this,
that frustrating too? Like
Oh,
you obviously
100%.
want to be around people that want to do it as much as you.
Yeah.
Even if it's like if you want to do it 80%, you
Yeah.
probably should be around people that want to do it 80%.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah. Percents. Yeah, it was kind of just like, you know, I need to do this. This is my thing that I have to do, and it was kind of just stagnating. And then as soon as I got into this band, it was like all three of the other guys were like, "What are we doing now? When are we booking this in? How do we do this?"
so good.
I was like, "Whoa, you can do that? Everyone has work ethic. What's going on? What is going on?" I loved the other guys from the previous band, but it was like. We'd do stuff, we'd jam, we'd do gigs, and it was kind of more. It felt like a hobby vibe, right? And this is like just a powerhouse of everyone throwing everything at it all the time, and it seems to be working.
That probably happens a lot with high school bands.
100%.
Everyone's keen when they're in high school.
Everyone's
going to
friends,
sleepovers.
You know,
Yeah.
you've got I think
Annoying
you've
the
got that
neighbours.
on your side.
Man, I
Do-
didn't
do
even
you-
play guitar in high school, like around any of my friends.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't until I was like, how old was I? It was in 2019 when I met Josh. So I would have been like 21, I think I was.
When did you start playing guitar?
Oh, when I was like 9 or 10.
Yeah. What are your guys'
Alright.
main influences then? So you like grunge rock,
Oh,
90s.
it's so hard.
No.
I'm like a
No.
die-hard Nickelback fan right now. But I haven't.
It's gone through
I,
phases.
yeah, I'm going. Yeah, but like
You always go through phases.
I like your pants around your pants.
yours is hard.
Yeah, I listen to
It goes on
absolutely
forever.
everything.
Fair enough.
I'll listen to like jazz fusion to Indian classical music to full alter bridge metal to whatever. Like,
Nice.
as long as someone put thought into it, that seems to be where I click on with it.
Yeah.
I can tell if someone just punched out a song in 40 minutes,
Yeah.
and I fucking hate it. I
That
can't
probably
listen
makes you a lot more creative with your ideas.
Probably, yeah,
Yeah.
getting so much of
Don't
it.
even realize you probably bring inspiration.
That's
Yeah.
so weird. I was the complete opposite. So I was just like,
You're
yeah,
just like-
3.5 minute AC/DC song. That is sick. I love it.
That's it.
All that sort of stuff.
There's this
All Australian rock bands.
You got to get him onto the Indian classical.
Oh yeah, I'll start feeding him the conical.
Yeah. Do you ever try just? Do you ever just come in with some fucking whack samples and the guys
Whack samples.
or just
I'll
like
start bringing
like
in some weird drums
Yeah.
and stuff. I really think we need to add this instrument to the next
Bring in
mix. It
some
goes
harmonica.
or some didgeridoo at least. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please from the homeland. Come on.
I always see you guys traveling around Australia. Not always, but seeing some cool stuff in Adelaide and all
Yeah,
around
that's
Melbourne.
pretty
A few gigs in Melbourne.
We've done some
Adelaide
cool.
gig was
I know you worked with
happened with
Reece,
that?
you like opened for Reece Mastin recently, right?
Yeah,
Was
Reece
that
is
pretty-
cool.
That was
Oh, that's pretty
weird.
sick.
Alright, we've got this like rankings, hey, because like last year we were like lucky enough. We met quite a few famous people last year.
Shannon
like,
Noll was on the list.
yeah,
no?
Nolsey
Really?
was on there.
Hey.
Radiators.
Damn, what's it like working with those
Did you do a
guys?
shoey with Nolsey?
No.
Alright,
Nolsey,
so,
but I did.
so on the ranking list, Nolsey is number one.
He's number one.
Like,
Well, before you
oh,
met him.
No,
I
like
didn't know.
no.
Oh, so this is people you've met.
Yeah. So we
Right,
we were on the same festival lineup as Nolsey, and we're like, I wouldn't say like notorious, but we do like to like we carry on a bit after we play sometimes.
We're
like,
usually the first ones there and the last ones to go.
yeah, pretty much. That's
Every
a great
time.
way to say it.
Every time.
That's perfect.
We're there way before load-in, and we'll be drinking till 4 a.m.
Enjoying yourself.
You boys, you have energy. I admire that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this particular night with Shannon Noll. That was actually the same night we met our manager. Like our current one.
You,
But yeah, that
you
was
met him at
just
the
like,
festival.
Yeah, at this festival, and yeah, Shannon, he's
awesome.
he's amazing. He's insane. Like he's everything you'd imagine him to be.
Yeah.
And what was the festival?
Dagfest.
Damn.
Yeah, it was the first
Just a
one.
couple of dags on stage. at
Couple
the
dags. Dagging out.
Where's
Dag
that?
out with your dag out.
Where's that one?
Diagula.
Jagular pub or Dag
Yeah.
pub, they call it.
Nice.
Sorry, microphone.
Nice. And then what was the
Rude.
Reece Mastin gig? That's pretty.
That was his
what does he?
Tour show gig.
Yeah.
Why is he getting Winchester Revival to open for Reece Mastin?
Well, because now that
I begged Darren to.
now that his contract's up with, I don't know. I think people can talk about it, can't they?
Oh,
I think it's public knowledge, isn't it? Every
know.
time someone goes onto one of those talent shows, they kind of own you for like a decade.
Yeah.
And now that he's out of that, he's like, I want to do rock.
Oh, true.
So he's doing these rock shows.
Nice.
He's still got all these.
He's
pop hits and
actually
stuff in there.
insanely
really
like
cool.
it's.
I'm pretty sure when he was on the show, he was performing more like rocky songs, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
He
yeah.
was, but like.
But once he got like the full deal with him, it was just like all the pop hits and all that sort of stuff, and they must just drill it. I don't know how it works. But
Yeah.
it seemed to be that, and then now he's out of it. He's got to like, all right, I got to start from scratch,
That's awesome.
do all the rock stuff, do what he wants to do, which is really cool. But
He's pretty loose
it was
as well.
it was so weird, like seeing him. Because I've got this image of like 15-year-old Reece Mastin with the fringe thing.
Yeah. Like
And
the
we're-
side hair.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, and we're leading up to this gig, and I'm like, man, I feel like all our songs, like all the covers, are going to be too old for his audience because his audience is like 16-year-olds. And then someone was, I don't know who said it. Someone was like, dude, that was like 10 years ago. He's
Like,
way
you were the
older than
audience.
us.
Yeah,
You were that age.
He's older than us. Oh yeah, true. All right, never mind. We rock up. He's got a beard. Like, all right.
Yeah, I would actually have no idea how Reece Mastin even
Yeah,
looks now.
neither.
Like,
So
Oh,
Would
you
you
wouldn't
would
even
you have picked him?
recognize him. I'm
No.
telling you, he's like.
No way.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Yeah,
you
he's
play those
from
old
Adelaide?
songs?
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
You know, out of weird Australian like old singers too, Cody Simpson, I believe, is going to be in the Australian Olympic swimming team.
Right.
Remember Cody Simpson?
Oh yeah, he's always been a great smell. Yeah.
You follow him, yeah?
Why
Yeah.
do you know that?
Cody Simpson's awesome.
He likes sport.
Fair enough.
I like
fair enough.
organising noise.
Yeah, no, Cody Simpson is.
I'm still burping it up, to be honest. I'm getting like aftertaste, little dessert burps. What?
So you're stinky.
Stinky. Oh, this guy cannot handle smells.
No.
If I
What do you
burp
mean?
in the car, you know how like someone will fart in a car
Yeah.
and it'll be a problem?
Yeah.
If someone burps in the car, Jack is angry.
Because a burp is clinically and biologically more disgusting than a fart.
How?
No filtration.
I mean, either way is pretty gross. To be honest, no filtration, like no underwear, no pants.
No, like when you burp, it doesn't filter. It's just going from your gut to the air. That's right.
That's too scientific of an answer for you.
If it's at the bum, it gets filtered a little bit.
Fecal particles.
Doesn't matter.
You've thought it through.
filtered by feces. That's a fucking good single name.
I was gonna
Filtered
say,
by
I was just
feces.
as a band name.
Next one. Let's start doing that.
Filtered by feces.
But no, someone did ask me what my biggest turn off is, and easily fucking smells. Like a gross smell anywhere.
it's
just
rough,
it just
isn't it?
takes you out of anything.
Yeah.
Like if you're walking down the street smelling some roses or something, and then one of the roses smells like shit,
Popo.
you're out of it, right?
Yeah.
Josh
sounds
you're
right.
out of
actually doesn't have a sense of smell.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did he learn
I'm
to
not
play
even
music
kidding,
so
like,
well?
He like
Synesthesia.
it sounds like
He
a joke when
tastes
you
music.
No, isn't that? Have you seen Walk Hard?
No.
The movie, like it's a spoof about Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash movie.
Oh, right.
And the gag is that he doesn't have a sense of smell either. And he's like, I learned to play guitar all without a sense of smell.
Actually, I have heard that quote. I have heard that. Yeah, I only just had a conversation with him recently, which is interesting. You know how like you'll get a smell every now and again, you'll get a memory from it.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't have that.
Whoa.
A mate of mine was telling me about
So
that.
how does he
and I was
remember
like,
things?
I don't
Just
get
sadness.
that. I guess he just remembers it with his brain, but
That must be hard.
yeah. Like I was like, dude, that's interesting. I walked into a Portaloo the other day and I was 5. I don't know what I smelled. It was like the air freshener or something. I was like, where am I?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah.
He needs to try unblocking his nose.
I honestly remember there was at one of my old jobs as well. The boss like bought a toilet spray, but
Alright.
or he thought it was a toilet spray, but it was actually a body spray, and it was clearly something that like some girl that like we liked in high school was wearing, and he sprayed it. And, like all the guys are just like, whoa, throws us back to like a crush or something.
It's so
It
weird
was
that it's
so
that
weird.
strong of a memory.
It is.
Smell.
What sense do you not have? So obviously you don't have vision.
Oh, I just
Hey,
have
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder can see.
You can definitely see.
Where's your dog?
I've seen him catch a microphone before.
Oh, did you perform with Stevie Wonder as well?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Do you actually have any cool collabs lined up, or any like festivals that you're going to this year that you know of?
I think there's a bunch in talks, but
Mm.
nothing's confirmed, and I never count on anything that's not confirmed yet.
What's like a dream there?
A dream? I don't know.
How
What's
about
your
something like
dream?
Blues Fest? Would you be keen for something like
Yeah,
Blues
Blues
Fest?
Fest. Like Martin Luther King.
Dream? Oh, I don't know. I want to play. I just want to play a big festival.
Yeah.
and have like a number one hit or something.
Yeah, a big festival where you can't see the end of the back of the crowd, that'd be sick.
And if we
I'd
have
be
like a
keen on
number
that.
What's the
one
biggest you've done
fucking
so far?
It's nothing, like 700 people or something. Like,
That's pretty good.
Frankie's
it's good, it's
we
good,
can't
but
hunt
in
it,
terms of like everyone else, it's
At least
nothing.
it's more than a few cousins around.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, actually,
I've,
that
had-
was-
I've done that.
Nollsy was only pulling like 700.
Yeah, well, I think the venue capacity was like 750 or something.
Fair enough.
So I probably capped out about that.
Yeah. No one's threw any beer cans at him, so that's good.
Probably only allowed plastic cups in that place, so they've been belted before.
God damn.
Do you reckon you'd be super nervous walking out in front of 10,000,
Oh,
20,000?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do a pre-gig shit in front of like every time you got a gig you're nervous about. That is a must. I've heard it from
Yeah.
almost every band. Everyone agrees, same thing.
Well,
Pre-gig
otherwise
shit.
you're
And they're
gonna-
never quick.
No, they take
Like,
ages.
you're always like, I'll just do it quickly.
I've got 5
Nah.
minutes. I got to be on stage. What's going on?
Yeah.
Hurry this up.
It's always fucked.
Why did they
Yeah.
warn you? How many musicians have shat themselves on stage?
Hey.
You gotta say it now, dude.
Oh yeah, I shot myself. At what was the venue? The Bright Side.
The Bright Side.
Powerball out. Yeah, I shot myself, and I just let,
No way.
let it go. I didn't even.
No,
How
it's
deep-
worse than that.
how
dude.
deep
Oh,
into
but I
the
kept
set?
Worse
it in
than
there or
that.
something, no?
It's
Like-
before load-in, right?
Oh yeah.
So you're not even performing.
We're in the car park. He's wearing leather pants.
So you're not allowed to fucking burp in the car, but he's allowed to shit his pants in
Hey,
loaded.
the smell wasn't.
He
No one
fills-
smelt it.
You start bringing spare
'cause you're
underwear?
in skin-tight leather pants. He fills these leather pants up. He's sealed up. Flex tape. And he does that, and then we load into the gig, and we're like, dude, put some jeans on. He's like, no, I'm committed. Do the set. There's one point in the set, I remember you turned around in the middle of a song, and you like stuck your bum out. Like you didn't dack it or anything. You just like poked it out, and I was like, you just fronted your fecal matter, the whole front row. Inside.
Did anyone
this
pass out?
track.
No, but I blew the power of the venue that night too.
Yeah, you did do that.
Accidentally.
What on earth?
What's your most embarrassing moment?
Mine.
Yeah.
Oh, I already know.
Oh, it's another poo story.
Shit.
So,
What is it with musicians and
Yeah,
shit?
man.
it's just logistics. So we had
The shit sticks.
This is the first time Jackson made me laugh.
bullshit. I'm funny.
Let's make sure the mic.
Oh, dude, what is going on? Alright, you want me to I'll bring this up?
No, you're good. You're good.
Key.
Dude.
Stay.
Oh,
My mic's
wait, we'll
been-
pause for 1 second. He just needs a bathroom key. Is that right?
I'm the
I was going to get through. Sorry.
All that poo talk got him.
It's got me hungry for shit.
Drowning now.
The poo chose him.
It can hear the conversation. It wants to come in.
What's to come and play?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, what's
So we had a gig at this. I'm so sad that it's gone because we only got to play this venue twice, and it was the coolest gigs we've ever done.
What gig? What venue?
Frankie's in Sydney.
Yeah,
Frankie's
right.
Pizza.
Yeah, that place
yeah.
closed down.
heard
Sad
of it,
story.
So
Yeah.
cool. It was so cool. I'm
Yeah.
so sad we only got to go there twice, but it was like
It's still alright.
it was the first time we'd ever
Yeah.
the first time I'd been to a gig, stepped in there and been outdressed by every normie that was in the building. Everyone had like studs on,
Are
leather
you
jackets.
usually pretty up there?
we
with
usually
your,
glam it up for the
yeah,
show.
like
and
a cheetah print shirt.
Oh,
something
all
like
that sort of
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
and we walked in there. It was like stepping into a time capsule, and it was so good. Everyone that was there from like load in stayed until all the way at the end of the night. No one went home. They were all listening to every band. It was the best environment. It was like,
So
is this
many
what it was like?
stories.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They didn't have their phones out filming the whole time.
no, zero phones. I didn't
amazing.
see any.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're there. It was, you know, we'd loaded in. There's like a speakeasy bar down the bottom. Apparently, Dave Grohl's favorite place to hang out. It was a pretty wicked joint.
There's a photo of him.
There's a photo of him down there too. It was
Yeah.
very cool. I
On the
touched
wall.
the same carpet in the presence of grace.
We were fanboying over that.
Yeah,
Did
we
you-
were.
We were touching like the bench to the bar top.
Like, he
saying,
probably
like,
leaned on this.
Yeah, dude.
Are you about to
I-
say you shat yourself in Dave Grohl's favorite Sydney?
Yeah, I
venue?
definitely did.
Oh,
No,
you know what? And it was right next to the
Oh,
bar.
at Dave Grohl.
It was the
True.
toilet
It was
right
right
next to the bar.
So there's two toilets.
At Dave
now.
Grohl, at Foo Fighters.
Yeah,
Catch
yeah.
this.
It's also okay. Keep going.
Anyway,
you just say.
so we're in there. We've loaded in. We're ready for the show. We're hanging out down there, And we're like, yeah, it's probably time to grab some food. It's Frankie's Pizza. Let's go get some pizza. So we go up to the top of the bar. We're like, all right, order some pizza, blah, 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 whatever it is. It's like, oh, I got to pay for this. I fucking left my wallet downstairs. So I go back downstairs. Can't find my wallet. I check in all the booths. I'm like, it's not in the booth. Walked back up. I was like, I can't find my wallet anywhere. Looked around up there. Nah, back down. Triple checked the booths. Went to the dunny before, so I'll check on the bench in there. Nah, it's not in there either. Oh, toilet mustn't have flushed. Flush the toilet again. Come back out. Check the booths again. What is going on? Where is my wallet? Back into the dunny. Check the bench again. Nah, this toilet's still not flushed. What's going on? It's clogged. Now, keep in mind, I've just launched a pre-gig shit into this toilet. And I'm looking at this thing going, what is stopping the toilet from flushing? And then I go,
Oh my gosh.
the wallet's fallen out underneath the mountain.
Oh no.
Dude, I can't believe
go
you
behind-
shat on your wallet.
Dude. I
Whose
go
wallet?
find a broom.
Dude, I feel like...
I jam that bad boy in there and lever it up, and up floats this black rectangle. Very, very sad black rectangle that has also been twice flushed, cyclone style, through everything that was in the
I
toilet.
would have gotten on all the crevices.
Dude.
Oh, you know what's funny? Like, that's like the
Dude.
stuff, like a wallet falling out of a pocket, like at that perfect moment is like only shit that happens in cartoons.
100%.
I thought it's usually your phone that falls into the toilet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
like-
no, it was the wallet.
The wallet this time.
Weird.
Yep. So that wallet was retired after that.
yeah.
There was a $5 note.
Oh, yeah, and then he stitched us all up and he's like, oh, have $5. And obviously we all took it before we knew.
I didn't give it to you. I told you guys. Dane was away. So Dane was Dane was at the
You didn't want to
pinball
keep it for the
machines.
memories?
No.
Dane,
Dane was at the pinball machines, and I hadn't told him. I told the rest of the boys the story.
Yeah.
I just finished washing all my cards and throwing the wallet out and putting them all in a little clip seal bag. Whatever
Surely
it
a
was.
very humbling experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Dude.
Do you have to get your nails in to like get in between the numbers of the card and stuff?
Nah. I just threw them in the sink and pumped the hand soap in there and just, yeah, it was disgusting. And I came back up, sat at the booth with the boys. They're eating pizza.
Yeah.
Obviously, I haven't been able to buy any yet. And I'm like, guys, you're never going to guess what the fuck just happened to me.
Man, I can't even believe we did that gig in general. You know, we drove down.
Well, yeah.
We left at... Oh, that's right. So we had a gig booked. It was like a Saturday night. We all got up at like fucking 3:30, 4 in the morning on the Saturday morning. Drove 12 hours to Sydney. We had a hotel at Newcastle, which is about 2 hours north of Sydney. And we had a shithole hotel, like absolute dungeon of a place.
It was bad.
Checked in on the way, got our key card, went to Frankie's. So like, yeah, 12 hours driving in total.
On the
Got
way
there
down.
like right on load in time. And then, played the gig at like 10 o'clock at night. Everyone got blind. Then we go party till like 12, 1 in the morning. Drove
Josh.
back to Newcastle. Josh rooted someone
in the toilet.
in the toilet.
Oh my gosh.
And then we drive 2 hours back to Newcastle, slept for like 2 hours because we were pissing ourselves laughing.
All
Like,
right, so you know how you go on like school camping trips or whatever, like a school excursion,
Yeah.
and all the boys are asleep in one room, and someone will just be like, and everyone will laugh, and you won't get to sleep for another 20 minutes.
yeah, we just couldn't stop.
Someone would breathe, and that would happen for another 15 minutes.
Like we went to they had like open showers. It was
Sure.
mad. Yeah, so me, him, and Dane went and had a shower together. And then Josh stayed in the room, and then we come back, and somehow Josh has gotten, he's just in his jocks, nothing else. He's finally stripped off his onesie, and he's sitting there having like the worst, most undercooked Easy Mac, just like cooped up like a gremlin at like 4 in the morning in Newcastle. After shagging some chick in the toilet with Frankie's.
Man, and
What
he
a
had
story.
so many hickeys all over him. We thought he looked like he went to a paintball match.
I don't even know if they're gonna be mad
Oh
at
my
us
God.
for this. I don't even.
I don't care.
It's so funny.
We'll send it to
That's
them first and ask if they can. They're okay with playing it. But Jesus Christ, man,
Yeah, if you
it
had
was
a
the most wild gig.
I was gonna say, if you had a question about what our best yarn is, that's it.
No, yeah, that's probably
that
it
is
so
100%
far.
it.
But yeah, anyway, back to that
Yeah.
bloody thing. I got the $5 note out of the wallet, and I was like, "You see this $5 note? That's the only thing left from that wallet, apart from the cards." And we hadn't told Dane yet. I told the rest of the boys, and I was like, "Dane's over at the pinball machines." It's like, "Oh, Dane, you want $5?" Yeah, I'll take it. I only told him later. He was so mad about it.
Sounds so fun though, the tours you guys do. Do you guys,
they're
and
insane.
all the traveling and shit, but do you guys ever not get along? Like,
Oh,
get
100%.
sick of each
Oh, yeah.
other? Yeah.
I mean, you would have seen probably like the crudest side of each other as
Yeah.
well, right? Like,
Like
you've seen Josh eating Easy Mac like a goblin at 4 a.m. in the
I'm-
morning. You've surely
The first
seen.
gig I did with these guys, I saw this guy stark naked in the hotel, just running around. Yeah,
But-
starfish.
You guys
on
seen
the
each other
window.
naked?
Is that the initiation?
Yeah.
You're the only one everyone's seen naked.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm yet to get there.
yeah.
I find it important.
But it's a crucial
There's nothing
part of
else.
It's a
bonding.
connection that.
It's a bonding experience.
Look,
You know what? I would actually agree with that, hey, because like once you've seen someone's starkers, there's nothing left.
It's
Like
like
that's
fascination with filters is what it is. You don't want to filter with anybody. You
Man,
wanna
No,
feel it
I
and see
grew up
everything.
playing
But I reckon-
sports, and I started playing
True.
football,
Yeah, you used to
senior
it.
football at a young. I was like 14, 15, and I remember clear as day playing my first seniors game, and the change rooms
slinging it.
just dicks.
It was a lemon party.
It was a lemon party. It was a lemon party.
Sausage party. Sausage.
Yeah, it was
fest,
crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just like
Yeah.
a connection that, like no other.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it is a good point. Once you've seen that, there's
no
not much
going
left
back.
you
Yeah.
can have in the way of knowing each other, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as for getting on along
Yeah.
stuff, if like I said, if you have a Josh in your band, you will be together forever.
That's true. Everyone needs a
Yeah.
Josh. He pieces it all back together somehow through magic.
But no, we never get that bad. We always pull each other up if it gets a bit if someone's getting
Yeah.
out of hand.
We'll
which is
have
good.
little spats every
Well, it's
now
like
and
you
again.
said before. You were friends with your band before.
Yeah.
And like we've always said it, we weren't really friends before we got into business together. It's probably a benefit because you can kind of like clip each other around the ears, you know, and be like
Yeah.
pull it up,
Yeah.
like you know,
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
worried about hurting your friends' feelings
That's
and like
it.
not being invited to their birthday party or
Yeah.
something. So it's definitely if that works in a business, it must work in a band as well. But
Yeah, it's
you've
the
also
same
got to
kind
be a
of
bit
thing.
more like. I don't know, a bit more like friendly. And are there many bands out there that just fucking like go to their own hotel rooms at night and just don't talk to each other? Like, have you
Oh,
seen
there'd
that
be
kind
heaps.
of
We've
experience?
been
Really?
talking about this.
All
We've been
the
having
big bands.
Like ones that have been going for 30 years.
Once
kind of
once
thing.
they've made it, I guess they just they lose that. I don't know where I'm gonna be if that happens, you know. But like it just seems that they all just like
Or their
yeah, they do the
egos
gig,
get in the
and
way.
then they split,
Yeah.
and that's the end.
Have you
of
seen
it.
it
I'd
on-
never want to do that.
I don't want to do that either.
Wait, the best part, you know, man, like we just told you that Sydney yarn, but
Yeah.
man, I tell you, we have hundreds of stories of after the gig. Like,
You post funny shit on your stories and stuff. See a bit of it.
yeah, that's like that's like
Yeah.
this much
That's what we're
because
allowed
like
to see.
That's
Yeah.
what the phone gets. Yeah.
we get away with murder. I'm telling you, like,
Dane clears it up.
yeah, we are
Yeah.
shocking, but like we never can show it.
Living your best lives.
I don't know if other bands do that.
Is that hard to go back to your normal jobs?
Oh, it's the worst. I
Yeah,
know
like-
this would happen just last Monday.
Monday.
We had a great Sunday gig at the Gold
Yep.
Coast.
Yeah. You have this
Like living
amazing
two
time.
lives.
Yeah, and then I
Pretty
went back to
much.
work on Monday, and I'm just like, oh, it's just cranky.
It's like, why can't we do this full time?
Mm,
And there
yeah.
you go, straight back into 10, 12-hour days.
Yeah, all that shit.
yeah, it's so shit.
Do you think a little bit of that grind makes you like keep wanting to make sick music and shit though? Because the same thing with those bands, they don't really hang out with each other anymore. They probably also don't really write as much good music once they're big and sort of established, right? So
Maybe.
do you think a part of it is in just like
Yeah.
You got to
wanting
fight for it.
Yeah, fight for your right to party.
How long have you guys been together?
What's that?
How long have you guys been a family?
Family? well, like it's like we've figured that out not long ago too. It's like nearly 3 years or something.
Nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
it's
think.
good.
Yeah, that is good.
You sick of me yet? You want a divorce?
No way. I'm a happy married man.
But do you feel like,
I want 50.
does it feel like you guys have been together forever, or does it feel like you just started yesterday?
Wait, we were saying right, like I don't know if other bands do this or not, but like, wait,
Adopt their drum.
I'm
like
talking
you guys did.
every. You wouldn't believe this. I'm talking every night. We FaceTime every night,
Every
like
night.
every
Shit.
night, 6 o'clock.
That's what I was keen to know actually. Like, do you
Yeah.
guys have like a routine for practicing, or like are you guys just naturally talking every day anyway, or like
we every day I get home from work,
We talk.
there is 20 minutes worth of me going through the messages that have already happened.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then there's a 3-hour group call, maybe.
Yeah, like we broke the record. Was it not last night? The night before.
Not
3
for-
hours.
3
you guys
hours. I
have-
checked in and out. It was mainly just those guys because I had
Me
other
and our
stuff to do.
manager, 3 hours.
Do any of you have girlfriends that get jealous of this?
Nah, I'm so single. He's got it. He's
How does she feel about this?
She's good with it.
Yeah.
She's fine with it.
I
She
saw
is
something
good.
today that said boys need 2 boys' nights a week to stay sane. Apparently,
2 boys nights a week.
Oh yeah, well we
I'm overclocked.
I mean we're still always
You could fucking take a
rehearsing.
few years off.
I need a holiday for boys nights.
We usually would get a rehearsal at least once a week, and if a big gig's coming up, it would be like
Twice or
2
three
to
times.
3 times a week. It's hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we still we talk every day, like all
That's
5
awesome.
of us, including our manager.
Yeah.
And there's
Like every day.
It's that bad that if there's something that we need to remember, it will get so buried that we have a separate group chat called the 10% chat.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
And that's because Winchester
It's
is
something
10%
important.
business and 90% the
You know what?
rest.
There's 3 chats, and they all get used.
There's 3 chats, yeah, they all get used. One's Winchester, just us. One's Winchester with Darren, the manager. And
We
then
talk
there's
shit about Darren and then we're just
Yeah,
us.
we are.
100%. No, we talk shit about Darren to Darren, 100%.
And then, oops, wrong chat.
Yeah. And then there's the 10% chat where it's just gig dates and stuff we need to remember. And we have strikes. If anyone says anything in there that's some dumb shit that didn't need to be said, it's like,
They
that's
get
strike
kicked out.
1. You're going to get booted for a bit. Because we can't bury anything because it's such a problem. It'll be like, yeah, all right, everyone remember this. We're booking this in. And then 50 messages about the dumbest shit you've ever seen in your life. And no one remembers that thing that's all the way up there.
Yeah.
Speaking of Winchester, where did that name come from?
Oh, okay. So, it goes so far back now. It's almost weird. But like, yeah. So, all my family's from Adelaide, and
Great
we
place.
yeah. Oh, sometimes. But yeah, like, we used to holiday down there a lot, and my dad would show me like, he grew up on this street called Winchester Street.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought that would be a cool name for a band, and then I don't know when. Me and Josh, I think, were trying to come up with a name, and I just said Winchester Revival because we got like revive rock. We're so gay. We're like, back when we were like, yeah, ages ago. Now that would be like 4 years ago, and it just stuck. It was never gonna be like a thing, but then
It was
it
just a
stuck.
temporary name.
It's a terrible name.
Yeah,
It's a terrible
It
name.
looks good on a logo, though.
yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, you guys have a cool logo.
It'll
Yeah,
work.
it works.
It works.
I worked with a band recently that have the same initials too, so if you're just going off that,
Oh,
must be
yeah,
popular.
sweet.
Must be popular.
WR. Wicked rats. Just absolute rats.
Hell yeah.
And your
too.
water, it's got Revival on it.
Yeah.
Revive.
That's it, the branded water.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
So you guys have started selling water, you've started selling coffee. What's
We
next?
have, yeah,
Have you
we're-
dabbled into CBD yet? Or?
We're big water.
Yeah.
So we're fighting off Coke. They're our only competitors, Coca-Cola. We'll get there one day.
Yeah.
But too many Americans are drinking Coke instead of water. I don't know what's going on.
And Mexicans.
Yep. But what is next for Winchester? What with these is it an EP coming up, an album coming up, some singles coming up, or what have you
I
got?
think you could call it an EP.
Yeah, it'll be an EP.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll release a few songs off it first.
3 new songs. 1 tweaked song that we've already released. That's pretty cool. I like it. I like it more than the
Sick.
original.
Yeah, me too.
Can we say what it is, or should we leave it a mystery?
Nah, I
think
reckon
we
we
can say what it is.
Oh, I don't know. I reckon we're gonna leave that one because that's like the
It's
last.
a bonus, isn't
it's
it?
a
Do you
bonus
like do you
track.
play it
It's
in
a
your
bonus.
like you've been playing it in your sets forever? Like it's a mainstay song that you've just rearranged.
Yeah,
a
but
bit,
it's
or-
it's
100%
rearranged.
Flipped it
Yeah.
on its head.
Awesome.
Um, Can we say what we did to it? Just not say what the song is.
Nah, because we don't have many songs.
wanna
out.
talk
And
about
you'd be able to guess immediately which one it
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll shut
No
up
other
about
song
it. It's
that
really
we-
cool.
It
It's
is
got
sick.
violin in it.
is. Nah, this EP is like the whole.
Who plays the violin?
I can talk about that. So, originally we were going to get Josh to do it.
Josh can't play violin.
Josh can play violin when Josh has rehearsed how to play violin. Josh had not done that in a while, and he came to my house to track violin, and it did not work. So, we outsourced. There's this website that just it's like Fiverr for musicians.
Yep.
And I found a dude. I was like, "Who's the highest rated guy? Pick him, pay him whatever." And we started talking. I gave him the demo, told him like, you know, what we're gonna do here, go tagline there, do some ambient stuff there, whatever, and we walked through it. He sent me back something. I was like, this is pretty cool, but I'm now doing my list of 500 things, and he's not gonna like it. I sent him a little list, and he's like, we should do this over Zoom call. It would be much better. So he Zoom calls me. This guy's in Italy, so I've got to do this Zoom call like 10 p.m. It's like a 4-hour Zoom call. I have to go to work the next day. We did this like 3 times.
Well, like as he's recording it, and you're there
Yeah,
like,
I'm
no, do
100.
it again.
I'm 100%. I'm like, yeah, we'll get that bit over there a little bit more, and we'll do that over there. He was totally cool about it. The dude was absolutely awesome. He's a 100% legend.
Did you get paid extra for that?
Yeah, I actually did have to up it because it took so much longer, but it's totally fine. He did a wicked job. It sounds so good.
Yeah.
But he sent back like the first list that I sent him. I was like, yeah, can we milk these chorus notes for a bit more? I feel like they stop a little bit early. It loses too much energy there. And he calls me up on the Zoom call, and he's like, super Italian. What is
milk?
this? They milked. They milked. And I'm like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I didn't even think the language barrier. I was just like, yeah, just milk these notes. And he's like, what? What do you mean?
He's like, I've been studying music for 15 years. I've never heard these terms.
That's not staccato. I'm like, I don't know what those words mean, man. Just go milk. Just milk. Milk. And he comes back with that. And I'm like, oh, dude, so sorry about that. We walk through it. And by the end of the second Zoom call, we've done like 6 hours of this at this point. He's like, no, I think this could be more milked. And he starts firing back at me. I was like, this guy's awesome. He's so cool about it.
That is cool.
Yeah,
I hope
he's
we meet
wicked.
him one day.
One day,
You
we'll
have
go to
to.
Italy.
Yeah,
do
we
a
have to
gig.
do your Italy
Get him to
tour.
play live. That'd be sick.
Is it getting to a point though, like where I don't mean to say this in a rude way, but like your music kind of needs like other sounds coming in from maybe instruments that you can't do, or like, I don't know, is Josh a wizard that can make any sound on?
He kind of is a wizard, yeah. If we had more time, we probably just would have got him to do it. To be honest,
because it's like for the most part, your songs are pretty like straightforward rock, guitar, bass, drum, vocals, right?
Yeah, we only brought that in because we'd rearranged everything so much. We hollowed it out so that there was a hole for something else, and without it in there, it was like, this is going to feel empty. And then as soon as we heard Josh screwing around on the viola downstairs at the recording studio, we're like, oh yeah, this needs it now. Like it's not just a backing part, it's like a main part now. It's kind of the star of the show. So it needed to be done really well.
Like incorporate it into more
100%.
future tracks.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Probably
Probably
is that what music's about, just like kind of
being
experimenting more and just.
Yeah, I
trying
think
new
it's
things.
just like I don't know. I just get excited by whatever and then just chase that like relentlessly, no matter how foolish that could be. It could get you into some bad places, I guess, but it seems to be working out so far. But yeah, I think this is probably the most it'll ever be. It's very foregrounded for this one because it needed to be, but I'm kind of imagining maybe in a bunch of future songs we'll probably bring it in for more ambience and stuff like that if it's like a softer song or whatever, just because it just adds so much more depth to a song, just having a different base of instruments behind it. Like I've heard like pretty heavy bands and stuff have like an orchestra play with them at a live concert, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's amazing. I was about to say it adds a different element to
It's
the
insane.
live
So
shows
crazy.
Like,
So-
how much do you not care about the live show, but like, do you want it to be that big giant thing someday where you just have
100%. Yeah, if someone's buying a ticket to a show, I want them to walk away with the most expansive experience that they could have possibly had there, because like if they just want to listen to the songs and how they're played or whatever, they could just listen to the recordings or see some random dive bar gig that we did ages ago or whatever. But if it's a serious show and it's like, people have paid to come see this and they want more than just a listening experience. They want to see what's going on. They want everyone moving around. I used to operate on just play the music and it'll be good enough.
Yeah.
And then I kind of reevaluated once I got a job. Like I used to work as an A/B technician, and so it's like sound guy, lighting guy.
Yeah. And
I saw a lot of performances, and the main thing I took away from it was like, it's AV, right? It's audio and visual, and I'm only thinking about audio. I'm not thinking about the other 50% of the show. And, so from that point forward, it was like, all right, wear crazy stuff, move as much as possible.
Also, what you do quite well is like engage with the audience. Like you'll chat, even if you're not chatting directly to them, you sort of chat in amongst yourselves
Yeah.
in a way that's like presenting to the audience.
Yeah,
I remember the
theatrics and
first
stuff.
night that I filmed you guys at, I think it was Rick's. Like you did
Yeah,
actually like
Rick's.
talk to someone in the audience and like you had like an actual conversation with
Yeah,
them.
right.
Kind of like dictated the next song.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge part of it too. Like I think that's part of the experience for people being there too. Like
Yeah.
she probably walked away like being like, fuck, they interacted with me.
part of
That's
that.
sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you just wanted to see it, you could just watch a video of it, you know, but you
Yeah.
get to be there, so that may as well be worth something.
Yeah.
Do you ever how much do you consider the live aspect when you're writing music? Can you, or do you have to try to keep that out of it?
Definitely, especially in
Try by fire.
I think we put just as much work in our shows as we do writing and recording. Like
That's
we put a
awesome.
lot of-
Almost.
we put a
Maybe
lot of
like
hours-
80%.
But I'm also I mean like, are you writing a song and thinking like,
Not
oh,
in
this isn't
terms
going to
of it.
sound good live, or like this sick, the crowd's going to fucking love this bit kind of thing? Or
I-
can you not think? Is that too
You-
far ahead to think? Like
Yeah,
that?
there's so much involved with like the whole just music in general that's like there's no absolutes.
Yeah.
Only Siths deal in absolutes. That's a quote I stole that I don't even know because I haven't watched Star Wars.
Just seen some memes.
Yeah, memes. Seen memes. So it's like you're never gonna have. Oh, this is 100% the correct thing to do. It's like we could do this and have a little bit of that over there, or it's going to be tilted the other way, or whatever. And you're trying to think about everything at the same time. So it's 100% just a balancing act on 5 different tightropes at the same time. So
What?
shut up.
Inside joke.
But yeah, for that kind of thing, it's like we'll get to certain points in like some of the new songs that we're going to release. There's one bit in particular that's like that's designed for a crowd. That's designed for a mosh pit, 100%. And it'll be obvious when it happens. But there's a lot of things that are like we want it to sound good in the studio and like when it's recorded, and then there's like the aspect of how far can we go before this is impossible to do live?
Yeah.
How far can we go before we have to start running backing tracks to do absolutely everything? So there's always a balance of like, if you strip it back without the production stuff, is it still a song? And if it is, sweet.
Yeah.
You've just added more layers to it, and it sounds great when someone's playing it in their car on the way to work. I'm happy with that. But yeah, it's not unplayable live because it would be so easy to go into that rabbit hole and just be like, yeah, let's add that there, do that.
Did you outsource a violin player?
Yeah. We'll hire one of those for the next show. Because that's a version of an actual song we already have, we don't have to worry about that. But for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever like get or figure out how a song is responded purely just by the live show? Like, are there some songs where you think maybe the crowd isn't going to respond as well and they love it, or vice versa?
Yeah,
Well, you like to play the song live a few times
100%
before
even
doing anything.
recording anything.
that's
Interesting.
something that didn't happen with these new ones, which is the first time we've actually done that, is because we're like, it went demo and then it went studio, and we still haven't even learned how to play the songs live now. We need to do that.
Yeah, we were like, I was learning them as we go.
Yeah. So it was like we
As
wrote
we're
all
tracking
this.
those.
We
Like-
wrote, yeah, exactly.
Back and forth in each room. Me and Jackson take me into this room. Oh, this is how you play it.
Yeah,
Go
do this
back into
bit.
the other room, track it, go back. Yeah, it was,
There was a lot of me demoing at home, so I may have gone a bit overboard with parts and kind of filled the boys in on it later.
yeah, but it was like we weren't like in a rush to do it, but we sort of really wanted to get.
We gave ourselves enough of a workload to make it like, all right, we're going to be onto it.
Yeah,
Get everything
and
done
it
on
just-
time.
It turned out really good. Like it's.
I'm so excited
It
for
is
it.
really
It's-
good.
it's-
Like
it doesn't sound like the same band.
And like some of the things.
Do you think that's partly because the process was totally different?
100%. Yeah, there's so
Yeah,
much
whole
more
new
freedom
team.
for
I
creativity.
heard that
in
you
there.
guys are shifting genres, sort of, or
kind of not
Semi-
really.
Yeah, when you
Semi-
told me that, I did, because he said that you said that.
It'll
I
make
thought it was a
sense.
piss take.
It'll make that. It'll
I didn't
make
even respond to it
sense.
because I was like, the boys were just fucking riling you
We're
up.
doing yacht rock from now on. No, we
For context, you said you're
You
dabbling
wanna-
into country rock.
kind
country
of.
rock, because it gets into more festivals.
Yeah, so essentially,
There's a better
I've-
market for it.
Yeah, there's nothing going on for rock right now, and we could just go down that lane and
Be the guys to do
local
it.
heroes for the next 40 years and get absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Or what I've always wanted to do since the start of this band, like it's an organic choice. It's not like we're trying to sell out and just change genres or anything. I've always wanted to incorporate more feely aspects and like expanded chord stuff and whatever, like than just the straight rock stuff.
Yeah.
I was never a huge fan of that because I've got too many influences to just stick with just power chords, you know. So I've
me.
You're fine. So I've always wanted to do that anyway. And then this was an idea that kind of came up that was like, look, if we want to incorporate more of that sort of stuff, then this is a lane we can go down where maybe one day we'll be able to quit our 10-hour day jobs and do what we love for a living without just beating it in the valley, getting absolutely nowhere. Everyone's sloshed and they forget who you are the next day. We made 2 more followers. Let's do all that again for the next $100 we made.
That's my biggest tip to new bands. Play like once or twice in the valley, then leave.
Unless you do a big gigs.
Yeah.
You know what? Like,
Unless you've got a big gig in the valley. Then don't do it.
we smashed the valley circuit for so long that I think it was beneficial to kind of tick that off.
Is there any other option in Brisbane?
Oh, it's definitely. Hang on a minute, though. Yeah, you gotta. I think it's a part of the band. Like you need to get through that, and you need to be like.
You got to survive the gauntlet.
You gotta be smart enough as a band to know when it's time to leave.
Yeah, that's it. You got to survive the gauntlet in there, and then be like, all right, if we've done that and everyone held together and we're still performing, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
And now we can do
And
other
we took
things.
the risk leaving because, like, you leave the valley, there's way less gig opportunities, like, outside of there.
Yeah.
So where are you finding like Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast, that kind of
Yeah,
thing?
We still can't get
Coast.
we still can't get into the song.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Soul Bar, that's another.
Soul Bar.
Soul Bar. We actually filmed it like a couple weeks
We
ago.
did one gig there. It was the best thing ever. It was the second gig I ever did with these guys. Crowd went nuts. I
Yeah.
barely knew the songs because they were all the other songs that I didn't write, and never got another gig there since.
Damn, what did you do wrong?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Might have to call.
They're getting a
Soul
lot
Bar,
of
please
kids
let
to
us
play.
in. Please.
The
please.
that
band that
not
has the
just a
same
one-off?
initials as you was also at the Soul Bar, so maybe it's them. They stole your
Maybe we
place.
just got to initialize the band name, man.
Yeah.
I think, there's more to that, but we can't.
I don't know what it is.
I know what it is.
It's the
I
best
think,
venue up there.
But,
Interesting.
yeah.
It is pretty good.
In
I like
terms
it.
of like
Actually,
walk-ins and
Norton's is pretty good too now.
Norton's is really good. You do have to book a show in advance though, and like, you know, sell tickets and that sort of stuff. That's a wicked joint too. That guy really cares about the artists. He's awesome.
Liam.
Good old Nord.
Liam.
Love
William.
them. But so you're diversifying the sound to hopefully get into some more, or be a little more accessible to more festivals. that
Yeah,
kind of thing.
just be able to do more with it
100%.
than just, you know, the same old dive bar gigs and,
Yeah.
you know, no one else accepting it.
I think it is very like even sort of the only rock some like Triple J will play is like metal, right? So it's
Yeah, it's either metal or depressed.
G-flip.
yeah.
Or G-flip.
And it's like I feel like not necessarily following Triple J, but just the local communities kind of choose a genre to pump at the time as well,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. And yeah, I don't know if rock, like straight rock, is going to be.
It's
That
not on the
one.
menu. It's not on the menu.
Triple
Yeah.
J just will not have us. They will not have.
Oh, no,
they
no
won't have
way.
a bar of us.
Triple J is.
You just need to strip back, get an acoustic one, make it real feely.
Yeah, add way too much reverb to it and call it new.
But
I
so
don't know. I
how
won't
is
riff
that?
on Triple J for too long. But
How,
got some
nah,
problems with
they're
it.
great. They do a lot of great things.
they do.
They do a lot of things too. But so how was that like? You said it was pretty organic. That process, that evolution, was that you bringing the idea to the band, or just everyone in the band kind of felt the same way, or like how was it to broach that idea?
I think we all kind of felt where it was, where we were at with it in terms of like, you know, how this is going to continue being the same thing. And like once we'd done the Dag Fest, talked to our manager, and he'd seen a lot of other stuff coming through, it's like, man, there's so many more gigs that are going on that just will not let a straight rock and roll act in.
Yeah.
So if anything can happen to get us through the door, then it's like it's something that has to happen so that we're not just gonna, you know, do the same.
If you can
shit
do the Reece
forever.
Mastin and maybe be sold out for 10 years, and then Start releasing your rockets.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yep.
You'll be that bearded.
No,
like the young
I
kids say.
really feel it's more honest
Yeah.
where we're going with it, which like it's a strategic move on paper, but I'm way more comfortable with where it's going than what we were doing the whole time. Like you'll probably hear it in like, I guess you won't now because we pulled all the old stuff. But like the first song I'd done with these guys, like, you know, it's like mostly straight rocky stuff, and then there's a bridge in it that's like, oh, that's a new flavor for this band. What's going on there? I've always wanted to bring in more stuff, but I never knew how to make it sit with what we were doing. Yeah. And now it feels like there's a place for all these extra ideas to come in, and all the other riffs that I've written that are like sitting in the phone waiting to do something with. Like now they can maybe be used. And
So what changed?
what do you mean? From
Like if they're already sitting there, why can they now be used? What's the difference?
Oh, the door's just open for you know. Yeah, it's just more of an open setting to write within. It's less like, all right, this has to be straight rock, you know, just like bang that out. Can't add too much flavor, otherwise it'll start venturing off. I feel like it was more forced before.
Interesting.
And
you were trying to keep it within a bucket.
Yeah, for sure. And now it's kind of like, you know, just let everything out. And
from the outside, I thought that was like a pretty strategic choice to try keep it in a bucket.
Right.
Was it? Or
No.
Was it just like...
I think that's just what was going on
you're just
before I
doing
joined
it?
the band.
Yeah, you're just doing it and riding that wave.
Yeah, I was just stepping into the shoes of what was already happening when I joined, and it worked. I mean, I love the songs we've done. It's just like from now, there's no caps on creativity. It's just like do whatever and have that in there. I think eventually we'll probably end up with like a Nickelback catalog that's like, yeah, country metal, and then and then like a pop hit over here or whatever. It'll just be like whatever we want to write that feels good, we'll do that. Yeah. And if it sounds good to us, that'll be whatever genre we are. You know?
Yeah. And it usually translates to like if you feel good and it feels good while you're writing it and recording it, you can kind of hear it.
Yeah.
Especially when you're playing it live too.
100%. Yeah, it's hard to force a performance about something you don't enjoy. Like there's a couple cover songs that we do that like I'm not on board with, but people love it, and it's enough to make me want to do it. But like it's
What
way
cover
harder.
songs do you do?
Sorry?
What main cover songs do you do?
Oh, heaps. Like
You're going to have to change them as well.
Jackson's new favourite one is All Star by Smash Mouth.
We're doing that as a meme song. That's actually kind of fun now because it's so stupid to play.
I don't even know how to play it.
Do you have to change the covers now to make it more, like change the vibe a little bit, or the covers stay?
No, they've stayed so far. But yeah, we thought, like, I mean, initially when the idea came up, it was like, this is going to be weird, and I don't like it, and it feels like it's a cop out and a sellout move. And as we went through it, it's kind of like, oh no, this is just 100% what we would have done anyway if we had just started that way.
Are you nervous about playing new stuff live? Change like.
I'm actually more keen.
I'm so more keen.
So
it's
many
like a new
covers. We
challenge,
do
new
like
day.
I mean, we don't really talk about them much, but like, you know, to fund everything, we do like some cover shows on the side.
Yeah.
Like that. No, like last time that we played at the Gold Coast, and no one knew about it.
Yeah. Stuff you don't really want to advertise. I'm guessing. Just
no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Like we're only doing this to make money as
and
well.
we're there for 3 hours, so we're not like 100% throwing a show at it. So we don't want people coming to it and going, this is Winchester Revival, and then being like, oh yeah, they were kind of a little more relaxed than usual.
And we're like,
call them the hangover slots.
we're just about to build a whole new show and like do a bunch of crazy stuff and that. So like I'm more keen to do that and learn all of our new songs properly, and like that's cool to me. Like
we don't know how to play our own songs, man.
I know.
I've been speaking about music videos. Do you guys have any any coming up?
We do have one we're planning. We need to find a videographer. Yeah, at least one. We were bordering on doing 2, but we might just be able to do the other one after the song's out, because we're going to be throwing a lot of money at a lot of things, and we are humble musicians, so we don't have a lot to throw at everything.
Yeah.
But there is one film clip where we're kind of trying to figure out. We're going to find a videographer that's willing to do stupid storyboarding with me.
We know some.
You're in.
Might be your guy.
I'm gonna be as
Give us
anal
your
about
craziest ideas.
craziest ideas.
Give us your craziest, yeah. There's nothing we'll say no to.
disclose too much.
Can't give them
about
away
what
for
the
free,
song
man.
is?
Well, I wanted to hop on a bull for it, but no one wanted to say.
No, you're not allowed on a bull. He wants. Can we say what the title of the song is?
Yeah, I already said it before.
Oh, you did say it. All right, so the song's called Bullpen, and can we say what it's about, or do we just? I feel like we. Can
We'll
say
have
what
to do a
it's
part
about.
2.
Yeah,
Sorry?
probably.
We'll have
I
to do a
don't
part
know. I don't
two.
know what we can and can't.
I
say.
mean,
There aren't really
You don't
rules
really-
to this.
You don't
but-
really telling us what it's about doesn't really tell us much of what it sounds like.
of the
right?
song. That's true.
Up to you.
I don't know.
Okay.
It feels like I'm ruining a surprise here.
At the end of the day, you want to get on a bull, and the boys don't want you. to
Yeah,
go.
I wanted
he. The song's called Bullpen. He wants to get on a bull. I'm like, dude, one fall and you die possibly, and
Yeah.
that's the.
I watch a
end.
lot of Jackass, and
Oh,
he like
they're
Johnny
the worst
Knoxville
ones.
goes in the bullpen a lot, and like I've watched interviews with Steve-O, and he's like, "We love the show. We hate whenever Johnny does the fucking bull."
The bull stuff. It's like they do the dumbest shit, and that's the ones where they almost die. Like,
We'll make sure there's 5 cameras running from each angle.
yeah, yeah. Catch the death. Catch Dane taking him to
Just
work.
go to Johnny Ringo's around the corner and hop on the mechanical bull.
Yeah, we did.
We've
think
thought about that.
Yeah.
We have thought.
It has
about
to be
that.
the real stuff.
Maybe,
Right?
maybe we'll get some terrible CGI. Put that in there on the fake bull.
Or make Baby Dane
Put
the
the
bull.
bull in the water.
Yep.
Baby Dane can be the bull.
Baby Dane
Dress him
could
up
be
as
the
a
bull. We'll ride Dane.
A bull in a nappy.
Bull in a nappy. So yeah, we do have that kind of planned for like March-ish. But we've got to figure that out. The
How do you
tricky
work out
thing-
timelines? Like, is that just giving yourself enough time to actually get things done?
Yeah, we've kind of just gone like, all right, this is going to take this long. We're going to have to organize this, and this. If we make the date here, it's not going to be rushed. It's
Yeah.
going to be a good final product by the time we get there. I keep slinking into this chair. Maybe I'm following the mic because it keeps coming down. I'm subconsciously. matching it.
It must be.
It definitely is. It was up here at one point. Sorry, you're gonna have to gain match everything now.
It's all good. AI.
AI, yeah, true. It's gonna take over everything. Yeah, so it's kind of just like, what's the workload, budget, how much time we need,
Yeah.
because we want it out as soon as possible. We wanted to release the last 2 songs in November, but ended up having some dramas with the artwork for it, and that ended up stretching out. I organized the artwork in August,
Damn.
and it did not end up done through all of that. And then I went to Fiverr. And I was
So
like-
did you go to Fiverr in the
I
first place? You probably should've.
no, I probably should have. Literally went to one. I probably talked to like 3 people, settled on one guy, and I was like, all right, this is what I want, and I sketched it up, and I was like, I want that there, I want that there.
Probably had it to you by the next day.
Yeah, well, he had me the draft the next day, and I was like, edit that, and that, and then one more edits list after that, and it was sorted. It was like 3 days. It was like,
Yeah.
sweet, dude.
Nice. Nice. Is it you that mostly like looks after the visual direction, or
What else have we done?
For like the music video.
For
just like ideas for music videos and artworks, single covers, that kind of thing?
Usually
Just a collaborative
like,
effort.
Work it all out together eventually. Like
it's usually been a pretty team
so
effort.
everyone just brings their ideas to the table.
That one was mostly me, I guess, but yeah, it's usually been kind of everyone throwing ideas at it. It has been currently for the bullpen music video thing. We while we were recording, we were in the studio. There's like a downstairs bit where everyone sleeps in the same room and doesn't get to sleep because someone goes. But we got into this crackhead mode of just like, when are we planning this? What are the ideas? Everyone throw everything, and Josh is like typing on the computer, just trying to get all these ideas down. So we had a lot of involvement in that, and like throwing ideas at it and seeing what we're gonna do. But it's a very specific song in terms of what it's trying to achieve, and like that's a song with a purpose. Like it's not just like the rest is just like stuff we,
Fun songs.
yeah, fun songs we like, and it's just expressionism, that kind of stuff. But this one was like, here's an idea, we could do this, and then it became like a riff, and then there was a chorus, and then we went into songwriting mode from that point forward. But it's kind of like a concept song almost. So the film clip kind of needs to reflect that. So it's going to be like a full meeting of like, how do we make this a story rather than just like last time we did a film clip, it was the Reborn thing. We're just like, all right, we want motorbikes, cool stuff, abandoned house,
Just
kinda
shoot a bunch of shit, throw it together.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. Just find some cool looking stuff and throw it together with the song. It doesn't have anything to do with what the song's about.
It had nothing to do with
Absolutely nothing to do with what the song's
Did
about.
people
Both
like it?
locations.
Yeah, everyone loved it. Like it was just like, oh, they have a film clip. That's really weird. No one's doing that. It's like, sweet,
cool.
that'll work then.
Well, I'm excited. Sounds like what makes me excited is that you're excited about it too. Honestly, like
I'm
it's
excited. You're excited.
but truly, like you guys, from the first time I saw you, like you guys seemed like comrades, seemed like brothers in arms kind of thing. But that's obviously clear with how you've stayed together and done everything. But it's like the fact that you're actually evolving and changing and keen to see.
Yeah, we're besties.
Yeah,
Both.
that's awesome.
Gonna hold pinkies.
That's what you want.
Oh.
It makes me feel like I want to start a band.
Just put up a list on Facebook. We're listening.
Do it.
You might have Josh show up to your house.
I actually just threw the idea past someone because I do have like a synth and I just fuck around with like MIDI keyboard sounds.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna do like a beat club with someone. Like
Oh, yeah,
'cause we
sick.
suck, so just like every week we'll just like throw a couple beats or something at each other.
Yeah,
that might be
nice.
how it gets
That'd be
started.
cool.
Speaking of that, though, what would you guys do if you weren't in a band?
Die.
Plastering.
I'm plastering. Be plastered.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Just be a bedroom guitarist. That's what
Yeah,
I call
maybe.
it.
Hey, Guitar
A
Hero.
TikTok guitarist.
Yeah,
that's
TikTok
what I call
guitarist.
it. I was just talking about that before. Music stores now, they don't sell anything good. They just sell home studio music gear.
That is true. Bedroom gear.
Can't go in there and get a nice, tour road worthy amp. You can't go and get a
Yeah.
like even their
Yeah.
guitar range. Like it's like 90% of it's just
I mean, it makes sense. Their demographic isn't performing anymore. They're
Yeah,
all just
no.
stay at home guitarists.
oh, and the pedal cases. Oh my god, like they're huge now. Like
Yeah.
there's so many. It's silly.
Yeah, everyone's up in the pedals.
Hate pedals.
You just
actually
asked
not
me
used-
for all my pedals.
Yeah, I want to try them.
What's your favorite pedal? Shout it out. What noise does it make?
Yeah,
Imitate it.
I don't use pedals anymore. I've transitioned to the dark side.
Damn.
I'm using a Kemper now. It's everything. It's the universe in one box.
Shit.
I haven't even gone past
Wait,
the
my
third
amp's a
layer.
box.
Pandora's
It's a
box.
really large one.
It is Pandora's box. There's too many things in it.
Mm.
Oh, what if I tweak the saturation of this bit and like how much pick attack is on that patch and
How do you like recreate that if there's so many little like fucking modular adjustments you can make?
Hmm.
How do you then change it and then find the previous one again?
you save it?
Oh, so it's
It's a
actually, like-
computer.
Yeah,
not
his is all
knobs.
like
It is a
Right.
computer. It has a digital screen. It's unreal. I used to roll around with an amp and wait for it to die on me all the time and have stage sound be way too loud. And now it's just like dial everything in. I haven't gotten to this point yet, but the things are so sophisticated, right, that you could have a show built where it's like you hit the next button and it's like the next part of the song. Maybe there's a
Right.
bunch of effects and whatever different clean sound you want for the bridge. Boom, done. Next part, back to the chorus. Next song.
Yeah, like a slideshow.
You
clicker,
could-
but with your
Oh, 100% with your foot and with the tone. Like you
Yeah.
could, if Pink Floyd had one of those, they would have never released any music because they would have just been fiddling with
stuck in
shit.
there.
Yeah, 100%. It's
The future is now.
too much.
We're the complete opposite. Eh?
Yeah, 100%,
I'm
yeah.
full, like my kid is as analog as it can get.
Yeah, it's the same with guitar too. I'll be like, oh, I want this chord, but I want those notes in it. So how do I do that? And Jack will be like, power chord.
Yeah.
Just like, he loves the thick, and it's great because we put them both together in the studio, and it's like I've got all these expansive, stupid chords, and he's got the weight behind it, and it kind of just goes into
Just
one
got the
big
pub rock.
Yeah, he puts the pub rock in, and I put the weird sparkle shit on top, and
glitter.
seems to work. Yeah, glitter. I'm the glitter.
Yeah.
Glitz and glamour. But yeah, I was stoked with the way the guitars have turned out on the new stuff too. The like Icarus and Trial by Fire was wicked, but what we've done in the new ones as well is like there was some chords in there. There's this phenomenon that happens with tuning, like standard tuning that everyone uses called equal temperament, basically. And it's like the way that you divide up the 12 notes is kind of like, yeah, this one's a tiny bit sharp, that one's a tiny bit flat. It's kind of just like the nicest way to divide it and still have everything kind of work.
Yeah.
So when you get chords that have too many notes in them, which are usually the ones I pick and the producer hates me for it, one will work and you'll have your guitar completely tuned and the next one won't. So we had to like one chord for this bit
Tune it.
Next one, slightly tweak the G string, do the next one, just to get it to be.
How frustrating is that? Like how you were describing before,
I loved it.
Not knowing it, like learning the song as you're tracking must be so fucking frustrating.
Oh,
Well, it must be the worst for like the
That
producer
whole
for the mixer,
week
right?
in the studio was.
Jack was having a hard time.
I was having a hard time, but we got.
I don't want to be in a fucking band anymore.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
this, man. Why'd you give me this many chords? What's going on?
That was tricky, but no, we got through it all right.
It
sounds good.
So worth it. So worth it. I like it. It should be painstaking doing that little chord thing, but it was just like you'd get 3 chords in and listen back to it and be like, I'm so happy we did that. Like it took way longer than just banging out the chords because that's what we'd always done before. Like I've heard what that's like. I've done it. What's next? And then we did this, and it was like, oh, this is what we're gonna do every time from now on.
Yeah.
Like you can't do it live. You may as well do it in the stop motion environment of the studio because it's the only place you'll ever be able to do it. So record it once and have it be this, thing that just stands the test of time. Hopefully.
Onwards
Well,
upwards from
it
here.
won't forever because we're going to go into global heat death at some point.
We'll have there be like an EMP. That
Sun's going to
erases all
explode. Yeah.
Do you actually like Marty's a big believer of if you don't record your music to wax, it doesn't exist. So none of your
interesting.
music exists.
That is interesting, actually. That's a good point. But I mean,
Because if there's an EMP and Spotify's gone and all the hard drives are fucked.
yeah, it's all gone. It's a good point. It's in everyone's memory though. That's
Mm.
just as tangible.
Yep. But
Nothing exists anyway. We're getting spiritual now.
Yep.
Yep.
My
Power
spiritual
chords.
belief is yep. Yep.
Power chords.
Pub rock power chords.
Oh, dude.
Shannon Nosey
Shannon Noll.
signing out. No, any parting words, boys?
Follow us on.
Yeah, actually, where can people find you? Instagram, YouTube, all the
Uh,
good
That was a
stuff.
sick tag, bro.
At Winchester Revival everywhere. We've stolen the name.
Yeah,
From
we
everyone
have
else.
claimed it.
Yeah.
We
You
don't
held a
have
gun-
Winchester 1, 2, 3.
You held a
It's-
gun to its head.
Yeah, we did. I don't know how.
Genius.
Made it work. I don't know. Parting words? You got anything smart to say? Dane would have something smart to say.
I carry the whole band.
Yeah, it's true. His back is very sore. We need to hire a masseuse. If anyone knows a masseuse, we'll put you on tour. We'll take you just for him.
Yeah.
He does it all.
That's it.
Love it. Well, thanks for coming, boys. Thanks to Marty for letting us host in this beautiful shop every week. And thanks to Raph for being here. Thanks to me for just being fucking sick as always.
Yeah, sick as fuck,
Sick
dude.
job, bro.
Thanks for this.
Nice.
Self fist bump.
No, thanks for coming, boys. Really looking forward to the new music coming out this year.
Awesome.
Maybe we'll do a music video, maybe some live gigs. Should be fun.
Yeah, he wants it.
Hey, he wants it. He's hungry. All right.
All right.
Sort something out.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.